welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, today we are doing the books that I'm really excited that are coming out this year. There are so many. It's gonna be such a good reading year. I have a list on my phone all here of all the books that are coming out this year. So I do just want to say in this video there are fantasy books, romance, so if you like those sort of books, stick around. But yeah, that's pretty much all the books that are going to be in here, just like fantasy romance, and anything else that really like tickles my fancy. So yeah, we're going to be going through this today. Grab yourself a hot beverage and we can just get straight into the first book, to be fair. If you want to stick around, feel free. I also do have my socials linked below. I will also link them above here as well. And as a little disclaimer, I have book fog, if that makes sense. I will actually not remember anything about a book. So I have my trusty Goodreads. It's going to help me with the blurbs. So the first book that I am beyond excited about is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J Maas. I am so excited for this. I literally just finished House of Sky and Breath in December and I was like, I need that book now. I need to know what happened. I need to know everything. I am so excited about what's going to happen. I loved how the second book ended. I was just in complete shock and awe, and I didn't know how to feel. I felt kind of numb for a few days. I had to sort of like process what was going on. So I am so excited for that. The next book it's called All the Violet Tiaras. This is a Greek essay book. These are part of the 404 Inkling books. There are so many of them and they have like such good essays and they're just really cute. I actually follow this author on Instagram and I really like her content. This one is about how Greek mythology plays in contemporary queer culture, and this just sounds amazing. It is literally, these books are tiny. I've had one before and it was literally like 100 pages. They're so good and they're so informative and I'm really excited for this. This book is The City of Stardust. This just looks amazing. Like, I'm obsessed. So it's a romantasy. It's got some gothic themes in it which look really cool. So it says on the blurb, for centuries of generations of Everleys have seen their brightest and best disappear, taken as punishment for a crime no one remembers, for a purpose no one understands. Their tormentor, a woman named Penelope, never ages, never grows sick, and never forgets a debt. Violet Every was just a child when her mother, Marianne, vanished on a stormy night, determined to break the curse. And when Penelope cannot find her, she issues Violet has 10 years to find Marianne or she'll take her place. Violet is the last of the Everley line, the last to suffer from the curse unless she can break it. She must also contend with Penelope's quiet assassin, Alexander, who she knows cannot be trusted and yet whose knowledge of a world beyond her own is too valuable to avoid. Is this going to be a series? This is a debut as well. Like, this sounds stunning. So if I have posted correctly, or if not, you shall see, or if you have, I posted that I read The Brightest Light of Sunshine last year and I was obsessed. Lucina Cooney has her second book coming out. The cover, it's stunning. So this is The Darkest Corner of the Heart and it's following a character that was mentioned a lot in the first book and I'm low-key excited. This is a sports romance. She is a ballet dancer and he is I think he's a sports therapist. When she injures her ankle before a ballet audition that could change her career forever, she is convinced her life is over at 21. What is the point of having dreams when they can go down the drain at any moment? And because the universe has a cruel sense of humour, her physical therapist turns out to be a tank-shaped grouch who doesn't even seem to like her that much. It's totally unfair that for 6 weeks she is forced to look at that handsome beard and listen to that deep voice that makes her head all dizzy. So this has a bit of an age gap romance, which I love, but not like in a gross way. Forced proximity, sports romance, looking after her because she's injured, it ticks all the boxes. Also, she has said that it is a slow burn on her Instagram stories and I love a slow burn. So the next book I am very excited that it's coming out next year is A Tempest of Tea. This is a historical fiction fantasy. It is young adult, it is paranormal and I'm here for it. I've heard that if you're fans of Lee Bardugo and Six of Crows that you're gonna love this. On the streets of White Roaring, Arthi is a criminal mastermind and a collector of secrets. Her prestigious tea room transforms into an illegal blood house by dark, catering the vampires feared by society. But when her establishment is threatened, Arthi is forced to strike an unlikely deal with an alluring advisory to save it, and she can't do the job alone. Calling upon a band of misfits, Arthi formulates a plan to infiltrate the dark and glittering vampire society known as Ethereum, but not every member of her crew is on her side, and as the truth behind the heist unfolds, Artie finds herself in the midst of a conspiracy that will threaten the world as she knows it. Is this a debut as well? Oh my god, she has this author wrote We Hunt the Flame. I'm really excited about this. Like, this sounds amazing. Like, wow. It's got vampires, it's got like a heist, it's got everything. And even better news, it's going to be a duology. The next book is Truthfully Yours by Kaden Armstrong. From what I know and what hooked me on it is that we have bisexual rep and we also have neurodivergent rep. I know a little bit about this book, and it's that Charlie, she went to this book signing event panel sort of thing, like Comic-Con, and she asked a question about that she thought that in this movie that something was being slightly ableist, and she basically called them out on it, and then she got a really nasty response from one of the actors, and she felt really anxious about it and embarrassed. Just that I need to get out of here, I need to just like go away for a while. So she goes to Scotland and she has a bit of a break there, and then she's living on top of a bookstore's flat. The person who owns this flat is actually the co-star of the actor who called her out, so it's given forced proximity, and honestly I'm obsessed. I am obsessed with this cover as well. This honestly sounds so good, and it is the author's debut, so I feel like this is going to go so well. How have I not mentioned this book yet? I almost forgot about it. Obviously we have Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I'm so excited for this. I love a paranormal romance, vampires, wolves, witches. I'm obsessed. I love Ali Hazelwood. I love her contemporary STEM romances. I think they're super adorable, and they've always sort of like hooked me. I haven't read her whole entire collection yet. I've only read 2, but I'm so excited to see where this goes, especially because it is very different to her usual genre, being paranormal romance. Okay, we have one that I found that's coming out in March, The Prisoner Throne. This is by Holly Black. This is the second book in the Stolen Air series. I honestly haven't seen anyone talk about this. Yeah, no one's spoken about this. Did no one like the first one? I can't say much. I haven't read it. I'm needing to read it this year. It is on my physical TBR. I can't really talk much about it. I haven't read the first one, but I just know that Holly Black is an auto-buy author for me. Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. I love the first 2 books. As a thing, I'm going to say this so many times, trigger warnings for so many things. Like, these books were written ages ago, so there are some slightly weird like things that are written in them as well. Like, they're not the best written books. Taming 7 is coming out. I don't know who we're following. In the first 2 books we followed one couple, and then in book 3 and 4 we followed another couple. I'm so excited for this stuff. I've just seen who we're following, and it's Gibbsy and Claire. I love them. I love their banter. I'm very excited for this. The covers are gorgeous. We have another auto-buy author, this stunning, amazing Emily Henry. She is coming out with a book called A Funny Story. What I love about Emily Henry, her books are very fluffy, sometimes light-hearted, sometimes not. Daphne always loved the way her fiance Peter told their story, how they met on a blustery day, fell in love over an errant hat, and moved back to his lakeside hometown to begin their life together. He was really good at telling it, right up to the moment he realised he was actually in love with his childhood best friend Petra, which is how Daphne begins her new story. Stranded in the beautiful Running Bay, Michigan, without friends or family, but with a dream job as a children's librarian that barely pays the bills, and proposing to be roommates with the only person who could possibly understand Petra's ex, Miles Noah. That sounds amazing. So the next June release I have is the blurb is coming soon apparently, which is the 4th book in the Windy City series. It is called Play Along. It's a sports romance. They're following different people. It's great. You should read it. This is by Tim Tomford. We don't have a cover yet, apart from what I've got up on the screen. I'm excited. We then have a author who I ended up buying all of their books, but I haven't read a single one yet. I just know I'm gonna love them. Can you see? They're these ones here. Rivalry of Hearts. I think this cover looks so stunning. I love the little books on it, like, and the colour. They're just gorgeous. So this is a rival romance. It is also fantasy. Yeah, it just looks great, I think. 2 rival writers, one prestigious publishing contract, a bargain of hearts and desire. They say never bargain with a fae. They also say don't get drunk on a fae wine. Yet 29-year-old spinster Edwina Danforth has managed to blunder with both on her first visit in the infamous Feylands. Now the author is trapped in a magic-fueled bet she barely remembers with a man she'd happily forget. The terms: whoever can bed the most lovers during their month-long dwelling book tour wins a coveted publishing contract. I'm obsessed. Yeah, this comes out in June, and that just looks amazing. I love the cover. We then have 12th Night by Alexon Farrell Fulmer. If you recognise the name, you'll know that this is actually Olivia Blake. Olivia Blake is her pen name, and this she has to use her, I think I've read in an interview where she had to use her real name for like her YA books or something. This is a young adult contemporary romance. Her painstakingly crafted tabletop game campaign was shot down. Her best friend is suggesting she tries to be more likeable, and school running back Jack is the most lackadaisical student body president she's ever seen, which makes her job as VP that much harder. Vi's favourite escape from the world is the MMORPG 12th Night, but online spaces aren't exactly kind to girls like her girls, who are extremely competent and have swagger to prove it. So Vi creates a masculine alter ego, choosing to play as a knight, but when football injury leads Jack to the world of 12th Night, Vi is alarmed to discover that online alter ego, Casario and Duke Orsino, are surprisingly well matched. This sounds really great. It's like a little gaming romance. I haven't seen many people talk about this, to be fair. People have said it is Grumpy Sunshine, enemies to lovers, and so the next book that we have for June is Daydream by Hannah Grace. We have finally got a book with Henry in it. I am so obsessed. I love that our main character, she is wearing the folklore cardigan, and she just seems really bookish and cute, and we love that. Her name is Hallie Jacob. Oh my god, and he accidentally crashes Hallie's book club while in the library, which is hilarious. So Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood just looks stunning. I am obsessed with the cover. This is about Rue might not have it all, but she has enough. A few friends she can always count on, the financial stability she yearned for as a kid, and a successful career, a biotech engineer at Kill, until a hostile takeover and its offensively attractive front man threatens to bring it all crumbling down. Eli and his business partners want Kill, period. Eli has his own reasons for pushing the deal through, and he's a man who gets what he wants, with one burning exception, Rue. First book that I'm so excited about is Reckless by Lauren Roberts. This is part of The Powerless, so I'm not really going to tell you what happens in Reckless because it's book 2 and you've got to read book 1. But I like the cover. The cover I'm not obsessed with. I don't know why. I don't know, it's fine. If you like fantasy romance, The Hunger Games, the Red Queen series, you should definitely pick this up. It's so good and it's such a great like enemies to lovers romantasy. First book I want to mention is Wisteria. This is the 3rd book in the Belladonna trilogy. I'm so excited for this. The UK cover hasn't been released yet, but the gorgeous American covers have been. I'm obsessed with them. Like, I love it. I still need to read Foxglove, which is the 2nd one, but Belladonna is a gothic fantasy romance filled with wealth, desire and betrayal. We then have Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. Ava Reid wrote The Study in Drowning, oh yeah, and Juniper and Thorn. So Lady Macbeth is a fantasy historical fiction retelling. It's going to be gothic like a lot of her work is, and it's basically retelling Lady Macbeth's story. I am so excited about this book. I think this is like my 2nd anticipated book of the year that's coming out this year, which is Across the Line. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with the cover. I'm so excited. If you like the Throttled series, or even if you didn't, this is a F1 romance. I feel like this is going to be good. After a social media disaster leaves him with an angry teen and sponsors threaten him to jump ship, he needs someone to help save his image. At a party in Monaco, he bumps into the woman who can fix it all. There's just one thing. She's his best friend's little sister. And okay, maybe she's another problem. He kissed her last year and hasn't been able to stop thinking about it since. Recent college grad Willow Williams needs a job. She may have a talent for seeing the bright side in any bad situation, but it's hard to stay positive when she's struggling to get hired. So when Dev offers her a temporary solution, she can't help but say yes, even if it means ignoring the crush she's had on him since childhood. I think this sounds amazing. I'm so excited for this. This is Simone's debut novel. I just want to get my hands on this right away. So that is all of my anticipated releases that are coming out this year. I'm so excited for so many of these. Let me know what ones you're excited about in the comments. Come like June, July time, I'll probably do another one of these videos because a lot of the releases that are coming out later in the year haven't been announced yet. So I'll do that later on in the year. I really hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!